What's going on? It's your boy.
What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial using Shadowplay VB cable to separate your audio from your Shadowplay. And if you're a gamer like me, let's say you like to listen to music in the background, or if you like to watch YouTube videos on the side while you're gaming, to separate that audio out from Shadowplay. I figured I should make this video because I was thinking the same thing of how to do that, because normally when I play games, I like to multitask. I'm either listening to music or watching like a YouTube video on the side. So when I'm doing that, I don't want Shadowplay to capture that audio. And apparently there have been videos out there for it, but it seemed like nobody really had a video out there for Shadowplay for some reason. So I'm going to show you today how to separate your audio using VB cable, which is a virtual cable input that you can install to Windows 10 to separate your YouTube or your Chrome audio out of Shadowplay, so it won't be picking it up while you're playing the game or while you stream it out through Shadowplay. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So down here, we're already at the website. The website is vb-audio.com, and this is the virtual cable audio installation. If you have Windows 10, normally you'll probably have Windows 64-bit. So just make sure you download the Windows one. If you have Mac is down here. On top of that, you remember this is donationware. The first cable they give it to you for free, but you can donate to get additional cables as needed. So make sure you donate to them if you wanted to get extra cables. But for this point, you only need one virtual cable at this moment. That's the main one they give you for free. All right, so after you download this and install it, make sure you right click on the installation. Let's see, because it's going to tell you need to right click on it and say install as a administrator, because if you don't do that, it doesn't work properly. So no, just for example, right click, run as administrator, make sure you do that. If you don't do that, it won't install properly. Then you reboot your computer. Once you reboot your computer, now you have new options to work with. The new option you'll have to work with in your drop down menu, if you go to your settings menu, so if you go to Windows settings, then you're in your home menu here. Then you go over here to systems, sound. You'll have a new output setting. So under here, I would normally use, this is my Scarlett 2, my Scarlett 3 interface. This is my gaming headset, my USB gaming headset, and then you'll have a new input called cable in, VB audio virtual cable. That'll be your new input there. Same thing for output. Same thing for input. You'll see it like another microphone. So you have your headset microphone, whatever I'm using my USB audio interface for my Scarlett here, and here you'll have also the other side of the virtual cable, because it comes in pairs. It comes as an input and an output. So think about it like speakers and mic. It's basically the same concept. So what's good about Windows 10 is that now you can break down audio sources per device now, per application to what you want to use. So the first thing you want to do is how we're going to set this up. The first thing you want to remember is while you're in Shadowplay, you have to remember this right here. Every time you go to audio, you always are like, well, it says system sounds. Now in Shadowplay, you cannot change this audio gathering source because it's system sounds. That means Shadowplay would gather all system sounds. And what they mean by system sounds, that means every beep, every Windows notification, any window you have up that goes to your default sound is going to automatically goes to your system sounds. Think about the system sounds, anything your computer makes that sends it to your default audio output device, whether it be your speakers or your headset. So you cannot change this. Always make sure your microphone is set to your microphone. I got my microphone, when I'm normally playing a game, I have it set to my USB microphone. If I'm not, I got it set to my Scarlett microphone. But right now, for this purposes, I'm using my USB microphone because I'm going to end up playing some Apex Legend after this. So I got my microphone source as still as my USB headset. All right. So the way you want to set this up is, first thing first, what you do is when you want to make the VB audio virtual cable as your default on both your output and your input. And I'm going to show you that why in a second. But you want to make sure this is your default output and default input. Now, what that's doing, that's telling Windows 10. Now we're going back to the system sounds. That's telling Windows 10 to gather all audio, no matter where it's input or output, gather all those sounds and push it, any system sounds, all sounds into these two virtual cables. Now you see what I'm talking about the system sound. I mean, we're gathering all those sounds together and putting them in one virtual cable for Windows 10 to push all that information through. All right, next thing you want to do, you see this over here, related settings over here. If you don't see this over here, just make sure you open up you maximize your window all the way so you can see your related settings over here. Click sound control panel, and sound control panel will be like, bring up like you'll see this, remember this from Windows 7. This is how the sounds window would normally pop up. Okay, so in the sound system here, what you want to do is set the virtual cable to make sure it's your default device. Normally this makes it default, but just double check it here because these drop downs are supposed to make it default throughout the system, but just double check it. So you want to make sure your cable input for the virtual audio cable is the default device, and you can leave your either your speakers or your gaming headset as the default communication device under the playback button, and then under the recording do the same thing. My microphone on my headset is the actual default communication device, and the cable output, which is the part of the virtual cable, that's going to be the default on that side. Now, this is one key thing you want to do. You want to double click on this and then click properties. Now we're inside the properties of that virtual cable. You want to click listen. Say listen to this device. You make sure you check that box. Then you bring down your headset. Like for my example, I'm listening through all the audio through my headset. So what this does, and then you click apply. Make sure you click apply. If you don't click apply, it doesn't work. Just remember that. Okay, so what this does, it tells the Windows like, yes, I want all audio going through the virtual cable, but I want to monitor it through my headset or through whatever device I select. Meaning that you're breaking off a piece of that pipeline. That's like you basically putting your own cable into that line so you can listen to the audio without it feeding out to anything else. So that is good because it's still having everything pipeline through the system sounds. You're just tapping into it just so you can monitor it through your headset. That way you can still hear your games, you can still hear all audio sounds going on without it leaving the virtual pipeline. Okay. So after that, this is the critical part you want to do. This is what makes the magic work. It's Windows 10 ability to manage the individual outputs of each program you use. So right now, for example, I'm listening to the fucking nerd. Yes, I'm listening to the fucking nerd, and I want to listen to his show in the background while I'm playing Apex. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna leave your Chrome up, go to your advanced sound options, and then when you go to your advanced sound options, you should see Chrome up there. Hold on, let me see. Let me come out of this and go back in. Let's see. So systems, sound. Yeah, there you go right there. So see, now Chrome is up there. I had to play a little bit of sound for it to recognize that the audio is there. So Google Chrome is here. So now that Google Chrome is here, normally this is set to default, meaning anything that's set to default on this line is going to be going out to whatever the outputs is up here. Remember, we have everything feeding through the output and input of the pipeline of those virtual cables. So now what you want to do, it says, okay, instead of sending the Chrome audio through the virtual pipeline, I only want that audio to come directly to my headphones. So as soon as you do that, that tells the computer to take that Google Chrome output out of the virtual pipeline and send it directly to your headphones. Because right now it's sending it as two different audio devices. The virtual cable is its own audio device, and your headset is its own audio device. So now it's taking it completely out of the virtual pipe and putting it into your headphones. So now this is not considered system sound no more. This is considered going directly to your earphones now. So now when you're actually playing a video, it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up inside of your audio feed for your Shadowplay now. So Shadowplay is now going to completely ignore it because, like I said before, if you go back to audio, it only deals with system sounds. Technically, we took Chrome out of the system sounds once we did that. So as soon as you do that, you'll do your recording, and for example, I have Apex. I have this clip up here of Apex Legend. I just did a test on right here. We just did a test. Hold on, let me make sure my audio setting is set up properly so y'all can hear this. Because I think I still got this set to my. Yep, I do. I still have it set to my my other interface. Let me change this right quick so y'all can hear it. Change it to the headset in the headset. All right, so now I got my Premiere Pro sending all the audio through the headset, so you should be able to. No. I got to send this through the. See, that goes back to what I was talking about before. I got to send it to the virtual cable because that's what all the system sound is going through. So I got to send that through the virtual cable so y'all can hear that. So now, if y'all should be able to hear this.
Testing.
But you can hear now. I'm able to clicking around inside of Apex. Meanwhile, I got a video playing in the background. I got the nerd playing on in the background. It's still picking up my mic. This is from Shadowplay. This is a desktop recording of when I was doing the Shadowplay inside Apex Legend. And as you can hear, there's no audio from the YouTube video inside of the video now. So now, anytime you do a local recording or you stream out from Shadowplay, or this even works in OBS and any other streaming software as well, as long as you set it up the correct way, you can get it where you can separate out that YouTube background music, or you can separate out. Let's say you just want to listen to some music in the background or watch some YouTube while you're playing the game. You can separate that out and still have a clean video to edit up and send out to your YouTube channel or your stream. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Baby girl, you know me. Yeah, who am I? Ride with the bay, now we vibing.